What up, YouTube? I'm back again with another video. I want to talk about the new format of Undisputed. And first things first, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Not to steal Willie D stuff. His clap is a little bit lower, a little bit slower, but Skip, I gotta say, you know how to put a show together. I don't know why we doubted you from Cold Pizza to First Take to Undisputed. And not only does he know how to put a format of a show together, he knows how to choose his guests. He knows how to choose his co-host. And I want to say this before I get started. It seems like either Skip watches film on himself. Well, pardon me one moment. Roll these windows down. It's starting to get a little hot in here. So either Skip watches film on himself for the old shows and whatnot, or he reads the comments and sees that a lot of people don't want to always hear Cowboys, Brian. The format of the show, first he had on Michael Irvin, Richard Sherman, shout out to Sherm, him and Sherm squashed the beef, and Keyshawn Johnson. And it just seemed like, to me, that lineup right there was almost like competing with the NFL's version of Inside the NBA. Not competing with it like that's what they wanted to do, but if that's something that they wanted to do, that's something that can definitely go on. You feel me? He had Rachel Nichols on today with Sam Acho. He had Rachel Nichols on today with Keyshawn. And I like this for Keyshawn. He's on a bigger platform, for one. He was just on with J. Will and Max. No disrespect to J. Will and Max. I rock with Max, rock with J. Will, but when you go from that, especially that time slot that they had him on, to being on air with Skip in the mornings, right after football Sunday, right after Monday Night Football, right after some of these NBA games, it's prime time for sports talk shows. And I like this, man, especially for Michael Irvin, like especially after the false accusations with that lady tried to put on him, especially for Sherm, where he's gotten his career. Sherm's always been a smart guy, Stanford graduate. You know, I think he graduated with I know he had like over a 4.2 GPA. That's a smart dude. So, and to see where he's come from since that, him and Skip, from that first encounter they had back on First Take a while back. And I actually remember that vividly. I was in a barbershop watching it. It's crazy. I spoke when I had hair in my old head. Yeah, it's just, it was dope seeing it. And he kind of got rid of the the middle host. I can't remember. It was Joy Taylor at first. She's on, I think, Speak for Yourself. I think she's on another show. I can't remember which one it is. And then they had Jenny Taft, and they had some other young lady. I can't remember her name. But you know, him and Jenny Taft kind of got into a little tiff, the back and forth, and she wanted to speak more, and she wanted to be able to speak and have her input. She wanted to be the strong woman on the show, and it's just like, yo, listen, we here for Skip and Shannon. We're not here for your freaking opinions. God bless you, nothing against you, but we are here for Skip and Shannon. We are not here for you. So Skip probably was just like, look, I'm gonna do away with that whole thing, so I don't even gotta worry about it. And it wasn't debating. It was debating, but it was more like barbershop talk. Like, you know, you ever be in a barbershop and the OGs in there talking about the old days and some of the new cats and things like that. Like Michael Irvin was animated. Keyshawn came with the calmer, more calm demeanor. Sherm was a little bit more calm demeanor. Skip interjected a little bit more. And now it's like I said, I like the format of it because you really get multiple personalities, and it seemed like they were feeding off each other as opposed to screaming at each other, trying to get each other's points out. Because me personally, I don't like the debates. They were good for their time, but it's just like when they get to screaming at each other, like, I know it's going to drive up ratings, but me personally, I understand that after that show goes off, there's tension there. And then it just seems like that friction between Skip and Shannon, once it was there, they were able to do their jobs, but you could always just see it was just business casual. They would take little digs at each other. And look, I'm not here for the petty stuff, man. Like, I'm really working on stepping into grown man territory. Not just with just saying it, but just really leading with actions every single day, trying to be a better leader. And it's just like, listen, I don't want to see the pettiness. I don't really care for it. God bless Shannon. He's going to be on First Take and Club. Shay Shay's going to be on The Volume, so I'm going to talk about that as well too. Yeah, man, I really like this, and I like seeing Rachel Nichols again. I wasn't her biggest fan, but you know, the way ESPN started really getting people up out of there, especially people that I felt like had more talent than definitely Malika Andrews. You know, where you talking about Keyshawn, Michael Irvin. You know, I know Sam Acho, he was on Sam Acho was on Speak for Yourself. It was an FS1 show. So I'm not sure what happened to that show, but you know, he's on here, and like I like the rotating guests. They're able to do their other gigs. They're able to, I guess, not be worked to death. I remember hearing Charles Barkley recently say something about ESPN is going to work you to death. They're going to make you do the regular shows during the day. They're going to make you do to cover the games night, and whatever time some of these other games are, they're going to make you do so much other things. Like, it just seems like these brothers were really enjoying this. Now, I'm interested to see how this plays out mid-season, because mid-football season, you got the basketball season, you got football season in the thick of things. The Cowboys are going to be what they are, whether they're good or not. That's when I really want to see where this show comes at, like what this show has to offer. That's when we'll see how great this show can be or can't be. Has Skip hit his peak with Undisputed, or does Skip continuously find new levels and new avenues to reach in the sports media network? I mean, sports media, I don't know, but the sports media world. And it's interesting to see, man, like just to see somebody who's already well accomplished. He could retire right now. Skip is in his 70s. He really could retire, sit on his butt for the rest of his life, and really be well off. He don't got kids. He got a dog. Him and his wife didn't want a kid. You know, they're older now. He's still in great shape. He could really just F off on his money. You know what I'm saying? But I admire the fact that he still has a burning desire to want to be the best, want to bring us the best content in that sports media world. I respect that. And it's, like I said, it inspires me, because it's like, y'all can't quit. And we got to think, just a couple months ago, everybody was at his head because, you know, a lot of people felt bad for Shannon. I didn't feel bad for him. I just felt like Skip shouldn't have came at him like that. Again, sorry guys, I'm going to get rid of the glare. Because the screen protector I got from my new phone was small, so I'm going to get a newer one probably tomorrow. But I just respect the fact that, you know, he had everybody at his head. He took a couple months off to himself to really plot out how he wanted this to go. Shout out to Lil Wayne. I like the new intro too. It really seemed like Wayne is really enjoying that lane, you know, and being into that. I like the segment of the show where Skip gets to bring up, hey, what questions do y'all have for me? I can talk about them. We can talk about them on air. I like that. I like where this is going. Getting out of this, the regular, we're going to debate topics. They're going to talk about topics, but now it seems more so like how the get up was, but just with better talent. You know, certain days you're going to have Keyshawn, Richard Sherman, and Michael Irvin. Certain days you're just going to have Skip and Keyshawn. Certain days you're going to have Rachel Nichols and Sam Acho, Rachel Nichols and Keyshawn. Like, he can really interchange the guests, and I really like that about that. Me personally, I like Stephen A's guests, but, you know, I'm not the biggest Mad Dog Russo fan. I know Shannon Sharp's going to be on there, so we'll see what their chemistry is like. Dan Orlovsky's cool. I like Ryan Clark. I really enjoy him on the Pivot more than I do on a lot of the other shows. That's just me. And who else is on there? Marcus Spears, Swagoo. I like Swagoo. I just don't like listening to Molly, bro, to be honest with you. That's just me. Some of her points it just annoys me, but that's just me. She looks good, but, you know, like I said, when some of her points get talked about, when she kind of brings up some of these points, I'm like, who let her talk? But that's just me. You know, so yeah, guys, tell me down below what y'all think about the new format of Undisputed, man. I know it's early, so I really want to hold off my expectations, but I'm saying so far so good. Yeah, man, like, what do y'all think about this? Where do y'all think this is headed? What did you think about the new format of Skip shows? And tell me what y'all think will happen going forward. It's your boy Karan, man. I'm out.